Hey everybody, welcome back to Music with Todd Ledbetter. Thanks for being here. Hey, we're looking at some Fixx. Okay, now um, I'm not sure what you guys think about the Fixx. I really, really like the Fixx. Back in the '80s, I thought they were great. I followed them for a lot of years, and they came to my attention. I actually saw them live here in town. Same place I saw Leprous and Wheel, just a mile down the street, and it was a great show. Hardly anybody there, and they were so good. They just called everybody down to the stage because there was just 100 people there. It was really kind of a bummer, but man, I was just right at the stage, and it was such a good concert. Cy is such a great singer. I love his vocals. But anyways, they came to my attention because just JP he featured them on one of his reactions, and the song he ended up playing two different versions of the same song, and neither one of them were the right song or the right version of what everybody recognizes as one of their big hits. And so I go on Spotify and I look, and it's like there's their whole catalog's like gone. There's barely anything there, especially from the 80s. I think let's see, what was it? Ink was there, and Ink was oh, 1991. Great album. The Fixx Ink album. No hits on it, but every song on there is just an amazing song. Um, so I thought what I would do, since none of their old stuff is on Spotify for some reason, hardly at all, and the stuff that's on there is weird, is like different versions. Some of it says re-recorded, so I don't know if they're having problems with their record company, or if they've decided to abandon uh, Spotify for some ideological reason, which makes no sense. But they've got actually, I was surprised to see they have a 2022 album called Every 5 Seconds, and it's got 10 songs. It's 44 minutes and 40 seconds. Looks like all new material. And so we're going to do the whole freaking thing right now. I really, really like the Fixx a lot, and I'll explain some of the reasons why as we get into this. But I just hope that their stuff isn't missing because they took it off Spotify. Doing like like what Crosby, Stills and Nash and some of those people, Neil Young, tried to do like last year or whatever over that whole Joe Rogan thing. That was stupid. Anyways, they may have done that. Who knows? I'd like to know if anybody, if you guys know why their music is not there. But I sure do like them. And so I have never heard this album. Brand new, well, 2022. Very interesting to me. These guys I followed them way past the point of their commercial success. And let's go ahead and get it going. And here, just give me like 5 seconds, real quick, because I got to let my dog out the door. He's wanting out. Give me 2 seconds. All right, better do that now than after the music starts. Although I have earphones on, but I've had people get mad at me when I leave, get up and walk away to let my dog out, like they hate animals or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and just play it off the YouTube, and I wonder if that's a good idea. Let's see. No, it doesn't look like it's a good idea because there's some other things in the way. Let's see if I can. Let's just do it off of Spotify. I think that's better. All right, let's hit it. So, A Life Survived was the first song. Then you got Closer. Then you got Take What You Want and Wake Up. Those are the first four songs. So let's get started with those. Let me make sure the volume's right. Okay, and I'm not hearing anything. Why is that? Why? What's going on? Oh boy, false start. Love it, huh? What in the world is happening? try that again. Okay, well, it was playing and just couldn't hear it. Okay, let's try it one more time. Let's start from the beginning.
Chance today, what would change? One happened to come my way. Junk accumulated over the years. Could I give it all away? Would these attachments fade? Mementos, forget-me-nots, gorillas in the room. Like it or not, all I ever had was a past to throw away. I'm a slave of impulse, clutching a sad bouquet. Now I'm weeping by the grave of a life survived but never lived. I'm weeping by the grave of a life survived but never lived. I'm screaming into the void of a life survived but never lived. In a life that takes but never gives, anger is no defense, or the river's flow is passing. From another life, the lesson lands, it's touched down in my hands. Will I carve a happy ending? Weary of the love I see around, reminds me of the someone I let down, to have it all my own way. Now the silence speaking in volumes, hating that I stay. I'm weeping by the grave of a life survived but never lived. I'm weeping by the grave of a life survived but never lived. I'm screaming into the void of a life survived but never lived. Devoured by the lack of love I found, the losing hand was dealt. With that I turned and walked away. From the warmth of an easy compromise that I soon grew to despise, I don't regret I didn't stay. Easier to simply say we belong in different endings, no doubt for sure that way. I'm weeping by the grave of a life survived but never lived. I'm screaming into the void of a life survived but never lived. How we do what we do when we do it. He has his way with you, he runs away from you. A life survived, never lived. He has his way with you, he runs away from you. That life survived, never lived. I'm weeping
Cool. Nice opener. Just what you expect from the Fixx. I love sign voice.
Go up a car, torch a flag, I'd bear the scar. Hustle for peace, settle for less. Fundamentals make their beds. The battle lost is irony, dumbing down what's in it for me. After lunch, I'll surf the web, believing everything I've read. Getting closer. Don't you feel closer? Escaping monster of apathy. Tell me, man, what is it to be? Is freedom a choice or not? There's so much to lose, many have not. The pressure builds, anger grows, blows the lid as it overthrows. Blind rage counting down, law and order's lost the town. Getting closer. Getting closer. Getting closer. How far from closer? Gas or electric fuel, Noah's Ark. This is where I get off. Fools disembark. Left behind at paper and pen. Revolution invents again. We're free as far as we control the key. A prisoner reason makes room for me. Strike a chord, hit a nerve. Not fit for purpose or to serve. Well, is it a bird? Is it a drone? A violent peace protects our home. Talking robots or are we clones? Self-deluded on a small dumb phone. Why cast a spell when you can send a text? Mesmerize or we've all been hexed. Now the targets will we shut. I'm overdosing as the penny drops and it's getting closer. Don't you feel closer? Getting closer. Far from closer. Don't you feel closer? Closer, don't you feel come a little closer? Don't you feel closer?
See, I like their lyrics. I don't know if I agree with everything they say. I'm not sure what the stance is. I can't understand it all, but it always seems to have a theme to it and not just like sappy stuff.
Oracle, what policy? Which magic word should I decree? Our future past, what prophecy? The soul I trade in what currency?
This song's called Take What You Want.
For privacy. Is there a wall of secrecy? Fanatics rule in duplicity. Is mine a man in the majority? Take what you want from me.
Nice change.
Every beat of my heart. Take what you want from me. You're so free. They cannot take Fill me your honesty, a vice-like grip on my reality. I'm seeing through the veiled hypocrisy. Open the cage, set the bird free. Why don't you take what you want from me? Every beat of my heart. Take what you want from me. You're so free. Why don't you take what you want from me? Even near bleed. Small as the eye can see through the parting sea. Why don't you take? You can take it. You can take it from me. You can take it from me.
I know the Fixx has had like some monster hits back in the 80s and stuff like that, and it's kind of standalone songs, but to me, they're an album band.
Baby, it's time to wake up. Baby, it's time to move. Things round here need a shaker. Maybe this time we groove. All around the sleepy town, curtains drawn, the rollers down. We didn't see the shadows creep with easy credit and CCTV. I heard somebody ran, somebody broke free. I hope they make it to Denver. We're suffocating and can't breathe. Oh, if only we stood up. If only. Baby, it's time to wake up. Question everything you see. Look behind every fake smile. Is it real or make believe? All around this fragile globe, why do the young ask why when told? By instincts finding a result in every clue a problem solved. I heard somebody broke out.
All right, let's take a quick break right there. Let me get back to where I was here. Let's see. I was looking around just trying to get some info on some of this stuff, and I lost my spot. Let's see. Oh, brother. Okay. Well, let me just see if I can talk and chew gum at the same time. That sounds so much like Fixx to me. So much like Fixx. We heard a life survived, closer, take what you want, and wake up. They do have like, so a lot of times they'll have political and social issues in the lyrics, which is cool. I really like that about just their ability to sort of relay messages through music. It's really neat instead of just stupid stuff. I like that kind of music where there's something intelligent behind it. The other cool thing, and I just thought I would note that now, before we got any further, just so you can kind of think about it. The current lineup, which is interesting. It's basically the seminal band, basically. Cy Curran, lead vocals, 1979 until present. Adam Woods, drums, percussions, 1979 until present. Rupert Grinnell, keyboards, backing vocals, 1979 till present. James West Oram, guitars, backing vocals, 1980 till present. I'm not sure if, what they had before that. It's hard for me to know because I guess I can look here. Shuttered Room was their first album in 1982. So these guys were working before they got their first album out, apparently. And then on bass was Dan K. Brown. So he was 1983, so just after Shuttered Room, till 1994, and then he was gone until 2008 until present. So Dan Brown was a longtime bass player, and I don't see any of. They have a listing of bass players, Alfie August, something like that, in 1983. Gary Tibbs from 2002 to 2008. Dennis Bovell, 1994, 1998, and Chris Tate, 98 to 02. So they've had several bass players moving around, but this is pretty much the band that had all the hits, and everybody that knows the Fixx, knows pretty much. So that's kind of a cool thing that these guys are all back together. Now, let me just say real quick, another thing to think about while we're listening to the rest of this album is Rupert Grinnell, the keyboard player. It's at 1979 till present. This guy is amazing to me. This is one of the reasons why I love the Fixx. Besides Cy Curran, Cy is an amazing singer to me. I love his unique style, his voice, some of the range, and some of the way he just the way his voice sounds. It's super unique to him, and I love it. But now Rupert is an amazing keyboardist. This was before, if you know my channel, I went on to a huge Porcupine Tree explosion, and they're one of my favorite bands of all times right now. And Richard Barbary is an amazing soundscape creator through the keyboards, and that is what I would say. That's how I would exactly describe Rupert. Rupert is an amazing soundscape artist with the keyboards. To me, it never sounds cheesy. Now, I will say, like I mentioned on Just JP's reaction channel, some of the comments, some people were like, yeah, I love the Fixx. And some people said, I never heard of them. And other people said that they never liked them. Or they'd say, well, this doesn't sound like anything that would set them apart from any other like 80s new wave or whatever you call that. This is not new wave to me, but back in the day, they kind of had that a little bit sort of tag. But I don't think that you can make that judgment off of one song. Obviously, I don't take those comments seriously. They're just making an opinion based on one song that isn't even like the right radio song. It's another sort of demo version or re-record. I've noticed they looks like they've re-recorded some of their songs. What the reason is, again, I don't know. But Rupert Grinnell is an amazing keyboardist. And if you listen to the keyboards and all the soundscapes, it's so cool. And it just really never sounds cheesy or dated. Some of the comments were, they sound dated. To me, they don't sound dated. Even when I listen to their old stuff, they still sound like the Fixx. You know, they just always sound like the Fixx. That's just what it is. Okay, so listen to Rupert Grinnell, his keyboard playing, and all these guys are basically the cream of the crop of the band. They're all kind of back in. I will say Jamie Oram, the guitar player, I love his guitar playing. It is so cool to me. I really like how he plays. He gets you that kind of like rhythmic twang, but then he'll really get these really cool distortion, hard power chord stuff going on that just really elevates the song. Really great stuff. Great stuff. All right, let's get back to it. So we're going to listen to Suspended in Make Believe, Lonely as a Lighthouse, and then Cold, and then we'll take a quick little, and then we'll just make some observations on those. Like I said, I've never heard these, but this sounds so familiar because it sounds to me like the Fixx. And then we'll finish the last three. So let's take a look, listen to Suspended in Make Believe. Sounds like a Fixx title. Just the guitar with the effects and keyboards, just so lush.
What does it mean?
And then Sai's voice.
In the scheme of things, how does it seem? If you only feel insignificant now, how does that feel? Is it all a dream, waking in me, suspended in make-believe? A silent scream, the noise filters, reality screams. That no-go-round, paid with good intentions. What could you be? Is it all a dream, waking in me, suspended in make-believe? Sheets of policy cover your face. You take your leave. Wanting to hear, take care of your mouth. In the words that stream, you could wake the dead, start a stampede. Better to whisper. does it mean in the scheme of things? How does it seem? But I light the fire with ardor. You know I'll keep you from the storm. I'm the pilot of the waves. Before the tempest roars once more to swallow up its slaves. Don't leave me lonely as the lighthouse. Don't leave me drowning out at sea. Weary traveler on the seas, as you look out across your bow. Can't see you, but you see me, and I reaffirm my vows. Well, now you're safe to walk ashore. Do you spare a thought, I wonder? For the light that brought you in, I pulled you from the danger. Don't leave me lonely as the lighthouse. Don't leave me drowning out at sea. Don't leave me lonely as the lighthouse. Looking for love every 5 seconds. They tell a tale of a man lost for love in a sea of doubt. But the stars shine out. His name in a constellation is all that's left of this dying legend. Out there somewhere beyond a new horizon. Out there somewhere, to the waves of dawn, shining. There it is! Drowning out at sea, lonely as the lighthouse. Drowning out at sea, lonely as the lighthouse. Drowning out at sea, lonely as
Very cool song. Very cool. Lonely as a Lighthouse. Everything I love about the Fixx is so far represented. This song's called Cold. Track number 7 out of 10.
I could have spared you the trouble. I should have spared you all the confusion. With one stroke of my hand, sent the pieces far and wide. Oh, I'd seen how it would end. In the back of my mind, a familiar scene, the point blank range. Oh, too late, the damage done. Our shattered make believe outrun, and we were both too close to focus. And we were both too proud to notice. And it left me cold, cold, cold. It just left me. Cold, soulless, heartless. It just left me. It was the first day of summer, when a strange twist of fate found me without all the wherewithal to defer to compromise. I couldn't fake another reason. No. Oh, I couldn't look you in the eye. Oh, it left me cold, cold, cold. It just left me.
I love this chorus.
Cold, soulless, heartless. It just left me. Cold, the trying. It just left me cold. Oh, when it was all spinning, 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 out of control. Nothing to hold on to. As I'm walking from the rubble, regaining purpose and voice, I let the bruises of this collision serve as a lesson to my pride. For what is good intention to let a sleeping dog lie when the mother of invention meant for this heart to fly? Cold, cold, cold. He just left me. Cold, soulless, cold. He just left me. Whoa, just left me cold.
Just left me cold, heartless, and dying. I really like that song a lot. That one had the emotions behind it. It's kind of got me choked up. And let it stop here. All right, it's gonna fall. It's gonna flow right into the spell. That's what's. It's cool. It's there. One song's flowing into the next. That was a really good song. One of, like I said, the lyrically, the Fixx is amazing, and so many times you get some of these deeper cuts in their albums that are just cutting into your emotions. They're literally slicing it with a machete right into your emotions, and you just somehow relate to the songs and lyrically. I really like that song a lot. The more it was good, the more it went on, I really felt, the do 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 do. It was okay. It was okay. But then when that chorus came in, it just elevated it to top tier. And then when it came back into the verses, it was much better for me then. And that was one of the highlights on the album. Just a beautiful shimmering guitar, and a lead vocal with so much passion in that song. By the way, I hadn't really mentioned much about Dan Brown. His bass playing is amazing, and unfortunately, you're not going to be able to go back and hear much of it unless you have some of these old albums. But all of the bass playing from any of the Fixx's albums that I've heard has been really good. And one of the reasons why, as a bass player, I like the Fixx, because I like the bass playing. And so I didn't want to, hear the rest of these songs without just appreciating what he contributes to these songs and to the band. Also, the drummer is fabulous too. Such a good drummer. Adam Wood's been there the whole time. Great drummer, great solid drummer with some really cool beats when you're looking back at their whole discography. Now as I kind of mentioned it during one of the songs, to me, like I said, there's a lot of early 80s really standout hits that were great fun. But to me, these guys are an album band. And as you listen to this album, you can kind of see what I mean. Each song leading into the next is just building upon what it just played. They're such a good album band. And the beauty of them is that even if the song, it doesn't get radio play on maybe one of their hit albums or whatever, they're even better songs. They're even better. I was trying to find how many records this album sold, and was unable to. But frankly, if you look, I think it was the middle of 2022 when this album was released, really not a lot of plays on this album. And the next the next three songs, just Spell, Woman of Flesh and Blood. Ooh, I love titles like that. It reminds me of other titles of theirs. And then Never Ending. Just not a lot of plays on Spotify here. So that's why I just got a little wild hair, and I decided, I don't know where all their albums are on Spotify or whatever, but these guys have been together since 1979. They never broke up. Okay, they never broke up. They've been consistent the whole time. 44 years. 44 years, and they've been doing this. I think they deserve more attention. It's a beautiful album so far. This is very well done on everybody's part. Even the production sounds really good. Psy's voice is just as good as it ever was. Just as good. Think about that. 44 years. Well, I don't know. How old does that make them? Are they in their 70s? They are. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're in their 70s. This is incredible. All right, let's continue. We're going to continue with the last 3 songs. Let's do that. Can't quite hit that note. Cool chord change.
Woman of the world, I want to talk to you. A woman of flesh and blood, I want to touch you. Woman of the world, I want to be with you. Turn the wheel the wrong way, waiting for the countdown, looking for a place. sun hit me right between my eyes. Then I saw the daylight shining from your face, killing my pain. Join your circus, it's time to go insane.
Lost that sun wage and my mark is made. This peeping Tom's a blind man and he's feeling his age. The master of the dark arts, fanning the obscure, where passion meets aggression and is no longer pure. Has-beens and wannabes just flash out a screen. There's no will just to wire another seven on fire. Another king of nowhere, begging an eye for an eye. I'm just another king of nowhere. I'm a slave to my destiny. Yeah.
A woman of flesh and blood, I wanna look at you.
Woman of the world, I wanna talk to you.
A woman of flesh and blood, I wanna touch you.
Woman of the world, I wanna be with you. Up we go, we never stay. The wild calls, we'll be on our way. Here and now, do or die. Nightfall begins another day. And as we walk away, the memories stay. We threw stones and the ripples are never ending. The to and fro, an energy, a driving force dictates the pace. A common ground, the fireplace, reflecting warmth beckons on our face. Come what may, today's the day. There's no other point now. It's never ending. The strengths we call, curve and swing, the way unfolds. It's never ending. This constant pull, another push, the rush is all. It's never ending. Through ups and downs, the sight and sounds, life surging in our veins. It's never ending. Oh, we should return. Lessons learned, forged by a love that's never ending. Through thick or thin, we don't give in. The life we weave is never ending. And as we walk away, the memories stay. We threw stones and the ripples are never ending.
Super good album. I feel like listening to this, I totally got my fix. Totally got my fix of Fixx. I was just thinking a couple years ago, one of my buddies at work where I used to work, um, music, really into music, and we talked music all the time, and we shared music, and we got into a Fixx thing. And so we were like, I said, "Oh, have you heard this album? Have you heard this album?" "No, no." "Have you heard this?" I said, "No." So I was checking out all these different albums, and uh, like Element, I hadn't heard Element, 1998. Um, can't get it now. So Shuttered Room, Reach the Beach, Phantom, Walkabout, Calm Animals is an amazing album. Calm Animals, 1989. It's an absolutely amazing album. Um, I feel like that was very, very, very satisfying to me, hearing the Fixx, because to me they were one of my favorite bands, way beyond the point of like their 80s, early 80s hits. I followed them because I liked the albums, the deeper cuts, and the other songs that were on there. I knew they weren't just about one thing or another. I used to play that, in a cover band back in the old days. Everybody knew that song. It was a great song, but so much more on the albums. Man, they go deep, and a lot of surprising directions too. Now I keep talking about Just JP and his channel, which I love. He's great, and I love his channel so much. I watch it all the time. I was reading some of the comments, like I said, and like I said, a couple of them say I don't hear anything that would make them stand out amongst the bands of that era. But you don't have any data to go off of when you say something like that, because you haven't heard anything. If that's the first time you ever heard a song that's not even their track. But my point is, I guess, that I was thinking is that with all of the resurgence of like 80s sounds and tones, like I'm going to be taking over as a sole guitar player in my band, and I'm like kind of researching foot pedals and effects and things like that I can use to incorporate to sort of broaden my sound and to cover multiple guitar parts all in the same time. And a lot of these new pedals are hearkening back to some of the old sounds, not necessarily the technology. They're using new technology to achieve the old sounds, and they're being implemented in music all the time. And that's a common theme. Usually in 20 years, a lot of those things become popular again, and people use those sounds. Well, these are the guys that they're emulating. These are the guys, 44 years of music. Don't know what's going on with Spotify. I hope it gets fixed and rectified, because I want to hear some of those, because I don't have any of those albums anymore, unfortunately. But that was it was released in June of 2022. So that album's not even 7 months old. Not even 7 months old. That's a brand new album. Such a great album. And for me, I think Lonely as a Lighthouse and Cold were the standouts on this album that really, really, I liked the whole thing a lot. I really liked it a lot. I'm going to listen to it again. And that's the thing with the Fixx albums, is that the more you listen to them, the better they get. You never get sick of them. They just get better and better and better the more you listen to them. Because you just pick out more and more stuff. And for me, it's like Psy, his voice and his melodies, and he's got different voices, and I love all of them. He's very charismatic. Just real quickly, I told you about the concert I went to. There was right down the street. It's an old movie theater that's now a concert hall. It's been that way for years, but it's not very big. I saw Leprous and Wheel and Apocalyptica there a few months ago, but I saw these guys there, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go see them. I think it was in the 90s still, probably mid 90s, and really not much of a turnout. And Psy was amazing. He just, got everybody to come down off. There's a mezzanine, and then there's like other seating levels and things like that. Just because of the inherent nature of an old movie theater kind of being tiered. There's several tiers, and most everybody came down, you know, 5, 7, 10 people deep. And what, I don't even know what was going on behind me. All I know, I was at the stage at the foot of Psy, and I was loving it. He was such a good entertainer. They were so good live, and just was a concert I'll never forget. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. Not that I've gone to a lot. I've mentioned before I'm a really terrible concert goer. I usually go see local people, local bands, but just a great concert. I'm so glad I didn't miss it, and I love the Fixx. What a great album! That was not even on my radar, not even on my radar till this morning, and I started seeing just the no music on Spotify for these guys, and they got a brand new album. Let's check it out. So that was well worth it to me. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. I'll go ahead, and we're over an hour, so I'll let you go. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think about the Fixx and any of your experiences or songs or albums that you loved, and what you thought about this one. Do you think it's as good as some of their other albums? I certainly do. It definitely had all the Fixx feels. It totally gave me the Fixx. Totally gave me my fix for sure. Absolutely. Really, really good. And I will tell you, some of those other albums, those older albums, are really great. So if you haven't heard them and you can somehow figure out how to find them and get them, you got to listen to them. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you in the next video. And thanks so much. Bye-bye.